Welcome guys, welcome to Creative Vision Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to do Nebula. Okay, this is what I did, and this is quite fascinating, interesting. So this is the pattern of this tutorial, and I'm going to show you how to do so many cool things with this and how to make it look acceptable and nice. As you can see, different level of details were here. So if I should bump up the number of scatter we have here, the number of points we have here, we'll also be having more details. So but without wasting much of your time, I should have already seen this right now, and we'll be going through it just in a while. So please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification button, and please don't forget to share and recommend my videos. Help us grow, help us come up. Let's start from beginning how we got this done. So I'm sorry, I love to customize my interface this way. So normally the normal interface is on build, okay, on build. So you can just go there and change it, but I customize mine to my special because this is the kind of interface I love working with. So Houdini 20.5 is out already for a very long time now, and it will still work the same way in different versions of Houdini, so don't bother about that. So the first thing I did is drop in a box, and as you can see, our boss is far away, so you just have to zoom in. Yep. The plane. Okay. Now to be honest, I don't bother about this plane right here because what I want to create is for space, but if you want to be like me, you can just go ahead and do adjust the cube upward because everything is going to be coming down soon. So but aside that, I just feel like turning off this plane. I have no much use for it right now. Then I set the uniform scale to 30. Okay, you can set this to 40, you can set it to 15, you can set it to 20. So but the size matters, okay? So set it to 30 above. Not done too much though. Then I brought in the volume node. Now in this volume node, the first thing I did was to change this name to density and set this to scalar if it is not set. Then I come to the division size and I set it to the device size, and I set it to 0.5, which is something that you need to do to get resolution from this volume. So and I set this by size also. So I guess your setting is different because of the version of Houdini. Just note to do exactly what you're seeing right here if you are a beginner. The next thing I did is to add a volume verb, and this volume verb is what's going to help us determine the next step of what this volume verb is what is going to help us visualize the next step of what we are doing. Let's dive right in. Before we come up, let me show you what I did there. So this right here, I created a turbulent noise, okay, and I set it to trading noise, and I created a ramp, okay, to control this turbulent noise. So created a ramp, and I connected this to the density, and I connected this back to the turbulent noise, and they are all in the position of this noise because what we're about to display in this what we're about to affect with this turbulent noise is the position of this volume. So I go ahead to promote all parameters, right? Reverse option. Then I can go and promote all parameters, which is already done, so you can't see the option right now. So, and once you do that, these are the parameters right here. Okay, so if you start playing with this ramp, you start seeing how it affects this volume. So I'm just going to slide this back so you can see. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z. So you have to draw this ramp to fit in the kind of volume you want right here. Okay, then you play with the frequency to zoom this in. Okay, so if I should go in, you see we have, the more frequency we have, the more volume, little slice of volume we have right here. So I have to press Ctrl Z and go back. Then you have to decrease this the more to dial in. Then we talk about the offsets, okay, which is actually moving this, offsetting this volume. Then we'll talk about the amplitude and the roughness, which are set to 0.184, and the attenuation, which are set to 2. And we'll talk about the turbulence, which I set to 7. So I'll play with this to find out what suits you best, because I believe every volume will work differently. But the setup shouldn't be that different. So I'm just going to continue right now. I have to set my scroll wheel here. Okay, can always press F to center this. Yeah, press F to center this. Now I added a scatter to it. At the beginning I was dealing with 500,000 points until I increased it to 1,500,000. I disabled last iteration and also primitive seed. So that's why I disabled. I mean max point limit. That's what I disabled. Now when I apply this scatter to it, and now when I'm dealing with points, then I have to create an attribute that we are going to connect this volume to. The attribute we are creating is a starting point position. Okay, at the position of this point of this scatter now we have created. So, and this is vector. So actually dealing with colors right now. So vector as starting point position being assigned to the position. So once this attribute is created, then we have to go into attribute verb. Now this is where we manipulate this attribute we created to produce nice color. So as you can see right now, this is what we are having right now. So the more you mess with your volume, the different shape you have. So let's go in, let's see what we have here. Now we have to use a bind node to bring in this attribute we create. Now I have to use a bind node to bring in this attribute we created. So, and as you can see, starting position here, and it's been set to vector, which is tree float. Okay, now after that we have to create a tumbler noise also and connect this to the position. Okay, so we have to play with this. Then we create a ramp. That I created a ramp here and connect it to the CD. of this geometry, okay, the color output of this geometry. So now you still just have to go and promote all parameters so that we can be able to manipulate this of this verb context. So this is right here, which is just very simple. So I just came here and selected an infrared. So I started manipulating it. So try setting it, and that's what you can see here. So right now I have to also play with the frequency, how the color moves inside. I never play with the offset also, but I play with the amplitude and the roughness and attenuation. So this is the number dialed in. So you can dial in whichever number that suits you best to. So you can dial in whichever number that suits you best to give you what you visually want. So the next thing is to create another noise here, and that is to manipulate our geometry. So as you can see right now, if I should press F to give us a focus frame, okay, you can see right now this is what we are having at the first noise, and this is nice. Let's go in and see what we did there. So we are going to be working a lot with this turbulent noise for the moment, because that's what gives us the result we are looking for. So we are bringing this for the position of the input geometry, then I am multiplying it with a parameter created, and this parameter we call it turbulent force. So and this is just to add more level of control to our noise, to scale it more. So we set the float range from 0 to 100, and we use this multiply to connect this, and we also use this to add this operation to sum it up, and we set it to the position of the output geometry. We set it to the position of the output geometry. So when we go out of this session here and we preview this, now we are seeing our turbulence force here at down. So I set to 71. I play with the offset, and right now I'm using pelling noise. Okay, so if I should use original pelling, this shape right here is going to change. Let me press F to get a full frame. You see, it's going to change. So you can play with this noise on your own and choose whichever noise that works for you, but right now I'm using this pelling noise right here, because that's what is giving me this different twist and deformation that makes it look like cloud with a different shape. And remember, this is nebula, it takes different shape, it takes different kind of looks, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So amplitude 50, roughness 0.316, and attenuation 1, and turbulence 5. So I call it turbulence measure. This is to create the measure shape or look we want. Now let's look at giving it extra details. Okay, so as you can see right away, so still the same thing, nothing different from the setup. So just duplicate it, but this time we are narrowing it down, so that is the only difference here. So turbulence minor right here, then I will add the turbulence force 44.3, frequency, and we deal with the amplitude and the roughness, and also this is the setting in the attenuation. So right now we're having something like this with like if I should go in, you'll see details, different details we are creating within this, and as you can see how the color is flowing through these points. If we are to connect this to the input geometry, then we just have these points not being able to follow the curve of this volume of this point. So we are going to create another one, and this we are going to use a different approach, and that is you are going to be using AA noise, anti-aliasing noise, and it is pretty the same setup. Okay, so just the change of noise, and we output these parameters. Now you can play with different noise. Okay, you can get creative and play with different noise, different shape. You just have different, the upper hand to play with this right away. So we play with this flow noise, and we set the flow noise to 33.8. we set the frequency to this, amplitude negative 0.9. so we have the octave of 8, and you can play with the spelling noise, or you just want it as simple, the simplex. So that's why I play to create the major flow noise. So, and if you can go here, you can see extra details you are creating with this. Okay, big extra details you are creating with this, and you can see them all over this geometry for the moment, these points. Then we have to go in and add in tiny details also to catch this up together. So as you can see, the edge flow is getting more organized. So I have a different setting here for this. So as you can see, the frequency, the amplitude, the roughness, and all that. So this is what we have right here at the moment. Then we have to add points wrangle, and we are running over points at this moment, and what we set here is the alpha. Okay, so the more we set this alpha, the more this gets to look more simple. So at the moment I set the alpha to assign it to 0.2. okay, so if I should set this to 0.3, you can see the color is coming back gradually. We're having more details at the edge, but this gives it this look, and this alpha will come in handy. Okay, so I seen this alpha will come in handy in our, so I already set this to 0.9 or 0.8, 0.08. so this alpha will come in handy in a short while, so we can see our details. You can see this mic, you can see every details we are pulling in right here, and thanks to this alpha we are able to have this galaxy feel. So there's a way to go about this to manipulate this. I'm going to be dropping the part 2 of this tutorial very soon, so please do like, share, subscribe. So we are going to dig in deep to see how we can play with this more to give us what we really want. So I'm going to say this right here. So please like, share, subscribe, and I will be pleased to see you next time in my next video. Bye.